Hey, welcome back to Campaign 3 of Trumpets and Tarrasques. I will be your dungeon master for today, Sean McCormick, as I take these wonderful adventurers on a journey out of our world and to another world. Wonderful adventurers, especially because this is the first episode of our next campaign. I want you to all introduce yourselves.
In character or just like
Out of character, like as you as a human being. Nope, no make believe yet.
Yeah. I'm Grant.
Nice.
Hi. I'm Nate. I'm Connor. I'm Ben. I'm Reese. I'm Drew.
With that, I want to tell you a little bit more about Trumpets and Tarrasques itself, which is just a show where we get together, we play Dungeons and Dragons on a weekly basis, and we put it out on YouTube for you guys to watch. Now, you might have noticed that there's been a switch that we've made from Twitch to YouTube, and we're super excited for that. Let us know what you think about that. But without any further ado, if nothing else planned for our intro stuff, so let's get into Campaign 3. Players, welcome back to the expansive world of Elysius. A world that is brimming in history and mythos, with much more history yet to unfold before your very eyes. Many years ago, brave adventurers before you braved the continent of Utet, sealing away ancient evils and taming the unexplored wilderness of the colony. Yet, all of you have traveled through Kresh, witnessing her bustling cities, advanced technologies, and taking on unimaginable threats. Across time itself. The story of Kresh as you know it is the story of a man named Alexander Hawthorne. A man so overcome with loss that he sought control over the very flow of time. This is the story of Kresh, a story full of hubris, desire, avarice, and regret. But as one great evil rises up, Kresh has shown that good also rises. The Planar Wayfinders, a group of heroes, sought to save Kresh from the grip of the Academy's tyranny. They show that Kresh's story is also one of hope, triumphing over man's desires. The question is, how long can goodness last for? Is anyone wholly and truly good? Now, Silas Tormson sits at the head of the Academy. Purity tainted by power and desperation. But none of that matters right now. Now we step away from the familiarity and the known world of Elysius. You, the players, must now brave the continent of Saxia. Made up of nobles and kings who preside over their territories and kingdoms, Saxia's past is strewn with squabbles and conflict between the god touch who claim positions of power throughout the continent. With snowy tundras, towering mountains, open seas, bustling cities, calm farmland, and everything in between, there is much to explore in Saxia. And to the north, the aptly named Northern Wastes, a desert that has long since been decimated by ancient magic. Only the most powerful creatures and bravest people have set foot in the wastes, and only fools call the wastes their home. What new possibilities will Saxia hold? What adventures will be had? What great evil will rise to threaten the safety of the innocent, and will the forces of good be able to rise up in defense of what is right? Power, mystery, adventure, chaos, intrigue, and more. Viewer and player alike, join me as we kick off Campaign 3 of Trumpets and Tarrasques. Our story begins on a wooded path. A light snow falls down from the sky, coating the trees, the path, and the mountains off to the east. We know that this is a path in between the town of Haverville, to the north of the town of Haverville. Night has just fallen. This is much different, though, than the storm that had torn through the area a couple nights prior. The snow is light and gentle. The wind, just enough to cool you off, not enough to make you fear for your life. We're viewing this from the treetops as we look out among the expansive horizon as the sun drops below that horizon. Yellows, purples, and oranges begin to populate the sky in a beautiful burst of colors. And as the sun continues to set and darkness sets over the land, our camera drops and pans as we follow two smaller individuals. The taller one of the two on the left, holding a torch, lighting their path. Connor, Ben, can you guys please describe your characters?
Yeah. What you see before you is a dwarf man. The first key feature that you see is he has absolutely no hair at the top of his head. The second thing that you notice is that he has a nice full brown beard with layers of silver starting to form over. Right now he is wearing a suit of armor that is obsidian black with linings of gold and red around the linings of this armor. He's holding a torch, and on the back of him, you see a long golden trident. This is Elijah Black, or you can just call me Eli.
Very cool.
And behind him, a somehow even shorter, thin, auburn brown hair with pointy little ears, and kind of hopping along in the back of Eli's step is Til Avadil. He has studded leather armor on, kind of stained, but it doesn't even seem like his might be hanging out of some sort. And he's got a large messenger bag along his side. He's holding it up almost, keeping it above the ground level, but trotting along with it beside him, and he's got many knickknacks stored along his arms. Right now he's just kind of hopping along next to Eli, playing with some cricket I guess he found.
Okay. And what is your guys' general demeanor? Eli, what's his kind of attitude as he's walking north? Leading Till on the path.
So Til's just kind of like fiddling along with stuff, and I'm basically like trying to direct him to stay kind of on this path that we're on. As I'm holding this torch out, I'm more focused on like getting where we're going rather than like anything that's going on around me.
Yeah. You guys want to roll me a survival check?
17.
So you are too preoccupied with the little knickknacks and things, your little crickets, that you don't pay much attention. You don't really care. But you, as you're trying to make your way to a tavern that you've made a connection with because of Giliar, you can't estimate with how long you've been walking and the sun's position in the sky before it dropped that you're more than half an hour, probably like 15 minutes away. But as the night falls, there's greater threat of creature and bandit alike coming in and jumping in and complicating the situation.
Alright. I need you on your guard for the last little leg of this race.
Okay. And he puts away the magnets.
Yeah, we're almost there. Probably 30 minutes out. We'll get some rest, and we'll keep going.
All right. Give me both perception checks. So you continue to walk down the path, and you both kind of have your heads up, looking for any threats.
That's a nat 20. Mod 20.
First nat 20 of the campaign, baby. That's I feel bad. As you kind of look over, you're very acute to any rustling, and minus the light rustling of the leaves, you don't notice much. But you notice some offshooting paths that are smaller, very clearly not the way you're supposed to go, and you know that, and you both know that. Paths leading to the west and the east, and possibly even branching off from there to other corners of Everwar. But nothing much else that you see as eventually your travels take you up to a tavern in the middle of a bigger crossroad with paths coming out from all different angles. This tavern's lit up by torches, and there's a luminescence inside of candlelight and torches, and like the jubilation of cheers and some light music from a lute. You look around, and you even like from far out notice probably a few hundred feet out the sign, and you begin to even focus deeper because you have dark vision, correct?
Yes.
Okay. And do you?
I actually don't think so.
Okay. You still very acutely like aware of what's around, but you especially like from an almost unnatural, but not just a impressive distance out. You notice that this inn is the Nexus. You also notice the inn itself. You notice the crossroads. You notice the generally like white snow that's kind of populating the paths. And you, even with your natural 20 actually from earlier, notice something bloody to the north of the tavern. A beast in snow that's red going around the area.
Anyways, don't continue to skip along.
Alright. Be careful. We're literally right there. We should be good.
Okay.
Okay.
And just so you know too, this is like here's where you guys are, here's the tavern, and the creatures up here. It's the tavern's in between you and this creature.
I don't want anything to do with that right now.
Till it's continuing to walk forward.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm just more focused on just making sure that everything's all good.
Yeah.
That could be danger, and I believe that.
I still see the creature yet?
No.
Okay.
Within
I don't think it would change what he's doing right now. But...
perception check for me.
Okay.
We'll set it as like a DC 10.
3.
Okay, no, he doesn't. He's unaware.
Yeah. So we're just moving along, trying to get to the tavern.
All right, and eventually you walk through the snowy path and around the tavern. Do you walk in?
Yeah.
The door swings open and you see people feasting and dining. In the center, there's a bar that kind of is a circular thing in the center of the tavern. Off to the right, there's a balcony where there's some seating. To the left, in that southwest corner, not actually southwest, cardinal directions, but referencing the south being the entrance. In that back left corner, right, or front left corner, there's a little half stage where someone can go and perform. And right now, there's a little halfling who's just plucking away at a lute. You walk in there. The place is probably at 50% occupancy, so not completely overfilling with people, but a pretty impressive turnout for a tavern that's quite literally in the middle of nowhere.
I'm gonna go up to the bar.
Hello, yes.
Who's your owner?
She's around. Who are you?
I'm Eli. Eliar sent me. Can you tell me that?
I surely can. He kind of is cleaning a mug and puts it down, and he walks over. This young human with like slicked hair, like trying to look nice, and he's like got like this waiter fit on. He walks away for a little bit and walks to the back. And eventually, as you
Still pulls his magnets back out.
You start roll perception again.
Okay.
Or insight. Actually, roll insight. Make that an insight roll.
Oh, okay. It's terrible anyways. 7.
Okay. You want to roll an insight roll?
That's gonna be an 11.
You, as you're kind of waiting, your focus is more on the outside now, just kind of like figuring the space out. You begin to hear more of the dong, 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 and then you look around and you begin to see a couple people are shooting glances. Not out of like anger or any. You don't seem. You wouldn't. You don't think they pose a threat, but more out of annoyance, perhaps.
The bulls it up.
Okay. And after you do that, as you kind of shoot back up behind the bar, is a lady with this graying medium length hair, or longer hair, I guess. Kind of a little bit more, not ratty, but like not straight. It's got a little bit of a natural like wave to it. And hello, I heard you sent for me.
Yes. Juliar said to give you this.
And she like opens the seal and begins to read. Huh?
He said you might be able to offer us lodging.
Yes, I will. A friend of Giliar's is a friend of mine, and she stuffs the letter back into her like little back, and it's like, I'm surprised he called in his favor on that, but what can I get for you guys to eat?
What do you want to eat?
I don't know. What do you have? Actually, give me anything.
Okay.
Chicken.
I'll be right back. And she herself kind of walks outside the bar into the back, and as she walks out of the bar, she looks back and says, and find your own seat, please.
Take a table.
Okay. He finds an open table in the middle of the floor.
Yeah. And eventually she brings back a plate of chicken with a potatoes scored in a steaming pot with butter on top for you, and for you beef, smaller portions, but some beef and also a scored potato. Let me know if there's anything else I can get for you guys.
Of course. How much do I?
And this, and she drops a key on the table.
Thank you.
And lastly, and you should really thank Giliar for this, I'm going to see if I can find you some help into the city.
Oh, we know that.
These parts can be wild sometimes, and it can never help. I actually happen to have met 2 adventurers that are going to the city anyway. Seemed like they could use the extra coin.
More friends?
Sure.
But when you're ready to turn in for your night, your room is on the 2nd floor, by the balcony.
Sounds good. Thank you.
Of course.
A lot of people showed up tonight.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. You got anything like a bar in the Feywild?
How many people are around right now? Like, just rough number.
I would say probably somewhere in the late double digits. So about like 70 to 80, maybe 90 people.
Okay.
That's not including like workers and stuff.
Gotcha.
A pretty impressive crowd for this bar can easily sit 2 to 3, but 3 bringing out some extra tables and being kind of squished, or maybe some sort of event going on. But 200 pretty regularly on a normal night. So it's a little bit under half, but still quite impressive considering this is literally in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah. He's just gonna like set down his silverware for a second and grab a napkin. So this is what you call a bar.
Something like that, yeah. Well, that part over there is the bar, and then everything else is like a tavern.
Okay.
Have you not been to a restaurant before?
Restaurant.
This sit down and they give you food.
No? I mean, my parents do that.
Oh yeah.
Is that a restaurant?
Well, not really. All parents are kind of supposed to do that.
Okay. I mean, he went to a table to the side for like a large gathering.
Yes.
10 to 15, maybe even 20 people.
I think it would be like the corner booth. It's
yeah,
a
like the corner booth
giant.
with giant.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, that's my dining table size. Yeah.
With all those people?
Yeah.
Oh lord. Okay.
My brothers would be there, my sisters would be there, and my parents would they'd figure something out.
How many siblings do you have?
$17.
You're like one of those people that they talk about in the tabloids.
Huh?
In the news.
Okay. That's pretty normal for what I'm used to.
That's an average family in the Feywild?
I don't know average, but it's our normal.
Can't argue with that. Just goes back to eating.
The flavors are great. Definitely like a little diamond in the rough spot, but as you continue eating, have you ever had like beef or potatoes before?
No.
This is like a completely
probably had something fairly similar.
Sure, yeah. Similar to some game that you've eaten in the Feywild, but very juicy and rich meat, and then the potato, it's very fluffy and lively. It almost matches you in some ways when it's baked. Wait, what?
Child.
Yeah, I meant like
He's
not
always
like
I was on drugs, alright?
I meant not the drugs types. I meant like put Till in the oven. No, but like the fluffiness, the airiness, it's Till like, I guess.
Okay,
I went too far with that metaphor.
Yeah.
Put your toe in the oven into a nice golden. Wait, it's all okay. Maybe we can skip the oven.
Anyway, and you guys finish eating after a little bit of time. You finish eating.
Alright. We should just go to sleep, and then apparently there's gonna be safe passage for us, friends.
Hey.
And then we'll head to the capital. And stand up and come on.
Wait.
And you could walk up the stairs and work your way to the second floor where you find a room. You walk in. There's a couple wardrobes, a couple bedside tables, and 2 beds. That one for each of you guys, and a small like candlestick on each of them that you can light for the time being, and one desk next to the door.
Cool. I'm gonna take off my armor, and then I'm gonna take off the gauntlet that I have on and just leave the glove, and then just go to sleep.
Until he's getting ready for bed, and then he's just gonna double check through his pouch, make sure he has all his alchemy supplies, all the other smaller things within the pouch, and his little trinkets. Then he's gonna go to bed.
Very cool. You get ready for bed, and you guys turn in for the night. You fall peacefully into sleep. You wake up the next morning to hello. You recognize the voice. It's the owner.
Yeah.
Your envoy is ready. I just summoned for them, and they should be ready any minute.
Okay. Thank you.
We cut, and the camera's gonna now kind of go through the walls on the floor and go down to the center of the tavern where relatively empty, minus for 5 or 10 people, like farmers around that are here for breakfast, and we see 2 humanoids that are ready in gear, ready to go out with things on their back. One of them has a giant, like fur skin. Reese, Drew, I need you to describe your characters as you're standing in the middle of the Nexus waiting for the people you're supposed to envoy.
So you're seeing a pretty tall half elf, about 6 foot, like a nice like tan bronze skin, and he has his shorter black hair that's like gelled back, and he has like this white streak that's going down the top of his hair, and he's wearing he's wearing this like bright red coat with like black and white lining and these bright white tights on, and then his feet are wrapped up in these like foot wrapping that almost look like sandals. Yeah, and I'm playing Kalei.
So over to Kartis, you see a older Geroux, a couple hairs taller than Kalei, wearing some dark gray leather armor and skin's a dark, like a light dark gray. And then you see he has a bow across his back. He has the hide draped over his shoulders, holding it. Then you have to let go.
Yeah, what does the hide look like?
It's bloodied. There's a little blood.
Yeah,
all over
splattered.
it, but it's not a typical like a bear hide. It's not a typical bear hide, but it's something unknown to the region. He's also wearing some boots, and then on his hands, he has archer's gloves. With some, you see some little like markings on them, and it's short, not medium to longish gray hair, comes just over his ears a little bit, and just standing there, just stretching out, trying to get ready for the day.
And what's your guys' like demeanor as you're standing there waiting?
I'm mostly just not impatient, just mostly just like just taking up space,
Yeah, just
confident,
yeah.
cool,
Kartis is trying to, I don't know, raid stuff. He's going somewhere he hasn't been, and just trying to build the confidence within himself to be ready for that.
Yeah, and before you really have too much time to wait, you hear some feet scurrying down the stairs, and slowly behind it, a bigger like footstep coming down the stairs too. You guys walking down the stairs in the center of the tavern after you guys got ready.
Alright, you got your bag, you got everything going on.
So how'd you sleep? That's looked pretty good. You're sore a little bit, but can't complain too much.
Rex?
You guys going to the capital?
Rex?
So he's gonna run up and hug.
Who?
You spoke. He is 2'7". So he's like on your knee.
It's a small child.
Yeah.
All right, hey there, little buddy.
Hi.
Hello?
We are.
Oh. Okay. Cool. So yeah, we're
He now hugs.
Oh, all right.
Also,
All right. Yeah, we got it.
You'll have to excuse him. He's new in town.
Aren't you also new in town?
Well, in a sense, but I know this place. Okay.
Perception check. Or I'm sorry, I'm gonna be a turd. Can you make that a nature?
He's gonna fail regardless.
Okay, never mind.
Uh,
You're so unfocused.
Nature to be a 9. But
You're so unfocused with meeting your new friends that you don't quite notice yet. Oh, Bree, the owner, kind of walks from behind back in the kitchen. Maybe you presume there's an office back there that or like a place that she stays back there. I see that you already have met. Our introductions in order.
I don't think we caught any names, but
I'm Til.
I feel.
Hello.
Eli.
Eli, Kartis.
Kalei, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right.
That's what you say, right?
You're doing great.
I told you they just need to get to Coronis. You should be able to enter pretty easily. At the east gate. About where the Blue Wizard Spire should be.
I got a horse and carriage. She gave us some safe back. Well, it's a horse and a cart, but if you guys got any belongings or anything, you can sling that polar bear on there. And then
Now it catches your attention. It's a fur of golden origin. You know this to be from a blonde bear. You're native in the Feywild.
He's just gonna run up and like hug her on the mane. Okay, he's gonna start climbing. What do I gotta also?
Are you trying to fight it?
I don't know.
Okay, so roll me like an acrobatics check or something.
11.
Yeah, you work up there.
You got it. You got to get up there. Yeah.
It's like soft to the touch, unlike any nothing unlike you've seen before, but unlike anything that they've ever felt before.
You okay, kid?
Yeah. He's like smothering against his face, just like happy.
You know what this is?
Yeah.
What is it?
It's a blonde bear.
A what?
A blonde bear. It's from where I'm at. I know it. I hunt with these all the time at home.
We
Do you not know?
no. This is something new to this region. It attacked last night.
Oh.
That's why I warned on it.
He slowly climbs back down.
You go, oh, it's like all the tension on your shoulders. You're like, leave.
Well, you heard the kid. He hung out with it.
He hung on me. Whatever. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Good tidings. Safe travels, my
Thank you.
friends.
Yours.
Thank you. And then Til, when you guys walk outside, reaches down, grabs a pebble, and flips it around his head and catches it, drops it on the ground.
And you guys kind of get your horse ready.
Yeah.
As he kind of stirs from being awoken and stands up.
Buddy, head to sleep.
Well, we got some new friends. We're gonna head over.
He's kind of looking at you guys. He's kind of suspicious.
Til pets the horse's knee.
Roll a animal handling.
That's gonna be 19.
19, yeah. Kind of turns around and begins to face towards the path. And you notice it's not snowing anymore. The morning sun has begun to melt away the snow. There's a clear shot.
Alright. I'll get on the horse.
So have I mentioned that you were snoring last night because you definitely were I'm not I don't want to complain too much, but it was pretty tough to sleep. Just I feel like you might need to keep that in check.
Pull an arrow from my quiver.
Yeah.
Start playing with the arrow tip.
You start spinning it around like it's a pen.
Yeah, start spinning it around.
Ooh, scary.
Not acknowledging what he's
Roll an intimidation check.
No. 8.
Yeah. That's not doing much for you, bud.
Oh man, Mr. Soldier Man with his arrow. Very, very scary. Very tough.
I still have the hide on me.
Mhm.
Should have dumped
Strength save.
it off.
10.
Ooh. And he kind of catches himself and toss it back.
All right. We kind of already went over that, but it's okay. Some people just have trouble remembering.
Yeah,
I can't fault you.
You say.
Make a perception check. You too.
21.
No. You 21?
Yeah.
Kalei.
Me 3?
No, not you three.
15.
You, as you finish your bickering, you notice that the horse with the two people you're supposed to be protecting is now 200 feet down the path as they've already left.
Start running. Oh shit! That just started running.
Come on!
Why would they? Okay. Running.
Yeah, and now you just see you two like running to catch up until egging you guys on, and like what you guys don't see as you turn around is Eli just on the horse, rolling the hardest eye roll you've ever seen. Just as you guys begin to go down the path.
Have we got it?
Eventually,
Okay.
yeah,
Okay, so yeah, we're gonna jump on the back.
it's very tight back there.
Okay.
It's probably about like 3 or 4 feet by 3 or 4 feet.
All right. Hey bud up there. What's the deal?
Oh, were you not on?
No, we weren't.
Oh, that's why I was so quiet.
I started laughing.
All right. Well, just be careful next time.
Will do.
Is Till in the back?
Yeah.
Hey kid, you want to use this as like a pillar or something? Rest on.
One of the blumber.
Yeah.
Yes. You grab it. It's an actual living animal, right?
No.
it's
It's a
not.
belt.
Oh, it's a hide. Okay. I was like,
That was the carcass from earlier.
Yeah.
You saw Kartis and you like
I never saw it.
you climbed it when he had it over his shoulder.
Well, man.
A childlike wonder, am I right?
Yeah.
I understand.
Or like childlike
Wanna
sleep
sleep
on
on
it.
it?
Yeah, he just grabs it, like wraps it up.
Yeah, and kind of.
Well, are we one big happy family now?
Family?
Family? No, not family. Group? Sure. Family?
All right. Well, what dusty corner of the world did y'all rolling from, bud?
The Paywell.
What?
The Paywell.
Where is that?
History check. Or did you already do this in your session 0? To kind of decide what you would. Okay, roll a history check. You too. Sure.
15.
You
I figured out what
not heard of Feywild from where you're from. You have heard about the Feywild in the same vein that you've heard about the spirits or like another type of spirits or generally more in mythos. Never met anything from it until this bear and now until
The Feywild. Okay. Very, very funny. Very funny. What's the Feywild like?
Well, it's for the most part, it's a lot of forests, plains, things like that, but also lots of colors, lots more than this. This is just going. There's a lot more pinks, purples, even blues. And we also have, and he kind of points to your point ears. A lot more people like you. They're just more colorful. We're happy to it.
All right. Well, seems like we got quite the journey ahead of us. I'm gonna take a quick nap. What nap? Why don't you go play in that Feywild? All right.
I can't.
I'm not. He's here. He's not here.
I can't go back. That's why I'm here. I don't know how to go back.
Is he being serious?
Yes, I think so. I think very back. In fact, so yeah. You can't go back.
Alrighty then. Well,
I mean, you can always ask Eli.
He points to the person on the horse ahead of us.
He is being so incredibly honest.
there was a grizzled, just like hardened, like soulless, like quality to that statement.
Hey, kid.
all right.
Question, kid. Where on Saxia is this Feywild? 'Cause I haven't heard of it.
It's not a climate. think what you guys.
Not on this continent?
You can roll a history or arcana.
We'll make it our 22.
You would know that it would be considered, from what the Feywild is understanding of it, a different plane of existence.
It's like a different plane, if you know that word. I didn't for a long time. I wouldn't blame you if you don't.
Do I know?
Do you know what a plane is?
I would assume so.
Yeah. I mean, you've heard of other planes. Like,
Yeah.
there are other planes that are more generally, they're still more associated with mythos. Like,
Yeah.
the planes of Mount Celestia, or different planes of existence. Like,
Okay.
but meeting someone that's not from the, and you know that this is considered the material plane.
Yeah.
So meeting someone from another plane of existence.
So that means you're not from here.
No. I mean, that's what I was saying.
Yeah. No. I'm trying to understand it.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Kid. That's awesome. Kartis is gonna pull up the story.
Mm-hmm.
Not like he's gonna lay back into the car, not fall asleep, and just keep an eye out.
Yeah.
Scan.
A few hours go by. Unless anyone wants to interject and do something in that time. But a few hours go by, and eventually you guys kind of all three of you kind of like fall asleep as you kind of just start, or like with your eyes closed, like in a peaceful, meditative thinking. You're still ahead.
Wait.
Yeah.
Hey kid, what was your name again?
Till.
Til. All right. Til, you wanna see some?
Sure.
All right. I'll put my bag and take out like 2 little picks. Full.
Okay.
I passed away.
Left.
Cool.
Oh, almost.
Right there. Right
Monopod.
Oh,
A little tilted, is it?
We're so good.
Tilted.
Til.
there. Yeah, there's not too far. Too there you go.
Oh, what's up, Mike? Yeah, I'm gonna go in my bag and take out 2 little picks of flint. And there's like an opening in the back of the cart, right?
Like behind it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna chip them together, and there's gonna be a bunch of sparks that fly out, and I'm gonna cast dancing lights. And the sparks are gonna turn into these little butterflies, and they're gonna follow us.
Do I know that dancing lights?
Roll an Arcana check.
25.
Yeah, you definitely do. Yeah. It's in a unique font that you haven't quite seen before. But in terms of, yeah.
I think my dad knew that stuff.
Your dad gonna tell.
Yeah. It's super pretty.
It is. Thank you very much. I would definitely agree.
Yeah. Oh, you want to see something?
Yeah, let's see it.
And he grabs like a big rock from his bag, just like you don't know where he had it in the bag. It's a big bag, but you definitely won't think he's holding a rock of that weight. And he pulls it out, and he goes, "Okay," sets it on the ground floor of the cart. You want to help me break this?
Be my guess.
Help.
What?
He takes his dagger and starts smacking. Like, break it.
Okay. So is this what you do for fun in the Feywild?
I'll show you after we break it.
Hey, what comes kid breaks the rock?
And you're kind of like, what? And then you take your hood off. You see, literally, he's holding a rock.
No, it's on the ground.
Oh, yeah.
You're pretty strong. I think you'd be able to get it.
What do you want to break the rock?
I was gonna show him something.
Sure. Yeah, I guess we can break the rock.
That was funny.
Kartis is gonna pull out his knife and just I don't know, use the back of it, smack it.
Yeah.
Smack the rock.
Let's see. I might actually have to use this. Is this somewhere in here? No.
I like my spell list to see what did damage, and I saw it was just mockery.
I dare you.
Deal sight rock.
Okay, roll the hit.
Like 13 or 2 to hit.
And like as you stab it, your dagger kind of like skids across the rock and blows the edge a little bit as it slides, leaving like a little mark on the rock, like visible from the transfer, but not any cracks in the rock.
I'll hit it one more time.
Oh, you're not back.
Same thing.
Again, the other way.
You got it. I believe you.
Alright, one more time.
Yeah, go for it. It's up to you, dude.
16.
Sticking in like the tip of your dagger, like is this the cheap dagger you took? Like chips.
Oh wait. And then he grabs a little chip of it and puts it back on the dagger. You'll let it pat it. And then you see it he reaches into his bag after a while, pops the cork, and it's full of this like glowy, almost a little dark green liquid kind of idea. And he pours just a couple drops of it between his fingers where the dagger is, and you watch it melt back together. It's just great.
And it was like you feel it. It feels the same weight. It doesn't feel like a broken blade. You even like try to smack it on the side of his thing real quick.
I see.
And then
That's,
he grabs the rock and
He grabs the rock and puts it back.
Yeah.
That's a cool weird blade. And you got your dagger fixed too.
Very cool. Continue.
So I gotta ask, do you have the rock to break stuff, or like?
It is a cool rock. I like it.
So you can just grab it?
Yeah. Is that normal?
Well, you know, rocks can get heavy.
Well, not with this. And he pulls out a little golden bat.
Okay, into that.
He opens it up and opens it wider and reaches in and grabs the rock.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, it's one of those attacks.
I made it.
Well, I mean, you do you, but most people I know don't really carry rocks around. But I won't be the one to judge.
Well, like I said, I made that bag myself, so I can carry things around.
Understandable.
you don't need to worry about it, Sean. It's not going to make that big of a difference.
That will top 10 question on this. Alright, Geroux, I'll be fixing
Put in the comments when you think it's happening.
Check.
You did it right.
Good job.
You will be the next star. You will be able to guest star. Okay,
Yeah.
I need you to roll me perception. Do you 3 with disadvantage?
Oh! Let's go to nat 20.
16.
Roll again. Roll the other nat 20. Oh, he didn't roll another nat 20.
Oh,
16.
Out of 10.
10?
Six.
So you guys are too occupied in this rock shenanigans, and you kind of over here, but you see up ahead another cart that's stopped. There's a little toll booth and a couple guards standing there. As you focus in, a couple 100 feet away, they're in armor of the crown, the Coronis symbol, the symbol of the crown, the emblazoned sun with rays flowing along is encrusted on them. You can see them kind of talking. Eventually, disgruntled fury, the cart kind of turns away. It goes past you. It begins to start trying to go past you back on the road south.
Weird.
And then you continue to go.
Mm.
Excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
We're here to collect tolls for the crown.
Tolls.
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 That's correct.
I've never had to pay a toll to get into Coronas before.
When's the last time you've been to Cronus? He's been in effect for quite some time. Roll a history check. Or an insight check.
Did we notice it before?
No, you guys are more focused on the rock.
You just pulled a freaking rock at
Roll this
I'm just going to care about the bag itself.
It's been a little bit, I guess, since you traveled around, so could be a new rule.
What's the toll fee?
20 gold pieces, please.
Do you know what I have
Okay, yeah, nah, we're not gonna pay that.
But I'm sorry, I can't permit your entrance. At this point, you guys are not aware.
20 more pieces to get to the capital.
That sounds a little absurd, I'm not gonna lie.
That's what we've been mandated.
Can we? What is he wearing?
He's wearing like armor, got a sword at his side, with the crown symbol on it. So like, it's not a crown; it's a symbol of the crown. So it's like the sun with the rays going around.
Is it like does his armor look like worn? Like is it?
No,
Okay.
it's pristine. Yeah.
I'm gonna jump out of the cart and walk up to him. Just hand on his shoulder.
Whoa! Hey!
Hey.
Hello.
I know you might not get a lot of people on this road considering where we are, but you gotta understand we're on very important business.
Oh, and what might that be?
You know how here in the capital, we're there to see him. You know the event planner, stage. You know.
Heard of him?
Yeah, he asked us to come in. So we're gonna need to get going real soon.
Roll a persuasion check.
12.
Well, between you and I, we think this probably go away for 5 gold.
Hey, Grandpa, you got 5 gold?
He's like painfully middle-aged, by the way. Kind of tosses it back to his other buddy in the booth.
You're on your way.
Have a great day.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then, as who has the highest passive perception?
That's 10 plus wisdom, right?
Yes, please.
11.
Oh, it's actually me, the team.
13.
Yeah, it's not 10 plus perception.
Oh, is it 10 plus perception or 10 plus?
Oh, that was perception modifier.
Oh, 14.
Oh, yeah. Also,
Okay. As you're driving away, you kind of like watch them, and you notice the one dude in the thing like punch him, and the guy that you were talking to goes, "Oh, and may the light of Manthiar be with you." Light of Manthiar be with you. Question mark? Exclamation point. Do it.
Yes.
it's the same as the one. I have a question.
17. You've heard of Manthiar. Manthiar is a very popularly celebrated and worshipped god. He is the god of justice and righteousness.
Okay.
That was a religion check. So you also know that there are many people around the being at least some familiarity with the content. There are many people around the continent that are worshippers in service of and even God touched of Manthiar.
Okay. Well,
Wait, man. It's a little messed up to call people grandpa. You know, let me see.
oh
He's
yeah.
not that old.
Is he curious?
Yeah.
Well, I think for me personally, when I get a little bit think I would want people to put some respect on my age.
You didn't sound like you were saying respectfully.
I'm very respectful.
No, you're not.
I see. Okay, we got a smart one here.
No, he's just honest.
You're welcome. He seems to be.
All right, and you guys continue. Is there anything else you'd like to do before you reach the city?
Not particularly.
All right, and throughout the rest of the day, you eventually make your way into the city. This is the shorter leg of the journey anyway. And in the mid-evening, you eventually reach the east gates of the city. You leave your horse. There's a stable outside, a gentle, kind man who takes him in for a small boarding fee, he says, compared to the ones in the city. Plus, you don't have to worry about traffic or any guards hassling you. You walk inside, and you're instantly greeted by the immensity of the city. The city itself isn't a giant wall around. No, it's more of, or districts. It's begins with some spread out farmlands, and then eventually, half a mile in or so, it's more dense type suburban type area, and then eventually deep in the city, then you start to get into the more fortified area. Towards the east, the Blue Wizard's Tower, the crown lives in the center, in the castle, Everlore Castle. Various shops, taverns of legend and lore from all around these parts. The best magic dealers, the most skilled blacksmiths and armor crafters on this half of the continent all live here in Cronus. Although that might be a little bit out of your budget. You guys are here. And as you walk into one of the plazas with people bustling and markets and people, Til, you look and you see a very old man next to a rabbit in some blue robes.
Hey, Eli, weren't they talking about blue wizards?
Yeah, blue wizards.
Probably just leading points. I think that's the wizard they were talking about.
That makes sense. Want to go say hi?
All right.
There's a rabbit, of course I knew.
I want you guys to, Nate and Grant, introduce your characters.
Oh boy. Okay, so you see a older looking fella. Older than what you guys perceive Eli to be. Human figure, very old, with some blue robes on, the classic wizard hat, big white beard going all the way down to near the waist. And along the edge of his clothing, there's a yellow rim, which is juxtaposed by a very light blue robe and hat, with a staff of an older-looking wood, yet firm, and a more like a turquoise, opaque crystal ball on the top there. And then at this blue wizard's side is what literally appears to be a generic white fur, brown-eyed rabbit on its back legs, and also with a green tunic and a shoulder strap related pouch. How tall? A white rabbit on its back legs. So not that tall.
6 inches tall.
Like maybe a foot and a half, maybe 2 feet.
Y'all are fighting to be the shortest character in the world. We have short people and old people. Welcome to campaign 3.
When I said I was 6 foot earlier, after that Drew was introducing his character, he was like, oh yeah, a few hairs taller.
Yeah.
That's what he said.
Yeah, Merlion with hat is taller than all of you.
With his hat, he's the tallest.
Oh, by the way, is it Merlion or Merlion?
Merlion.
On?
Merlion.
Merlion, thank you.
Either way though. But
Pickle Rick.
No, dude. And what is before you get interrupted by Till screaming? What are you guys' demeanor as you guys have just dispatched this group of thugs and talked to the local guards?
Very, very tired. It is very early in the morning, and we just.
We're gonna retcon that and say it's late in the
Late
evening.
in the evening. It's late in the evening. I am tired, and I had an arrow shot into me, so
Yeah.
I'm feeling fantastic right now.
There's a little blood staining your blue robes.
I mean, I'm pretty fine. I didn't get hit once. So I'm just like, yeah.
So are you like more confident? Are you more like still observant? Like what's the vibe?
I'm still like, looking around, being cautious of my
Sure.
surroundings.
I don't know. I don't know if they see us. We're talking to her.
It's like, for the most part, I am just standing there. Oh yeah, what's he doing?
Oh, Shandanya?
Yeah.
He's kind of just standing around. You also see. Let me get my. I gotta get it. I forgot about Shandanya.
Can't forget about you.
Yeah, he's You see this. You see this Summer Ladrin standing there. In these the ceremonial armor. You would recognize that this armor, with the symbol, is in service of the Fey Mother, deity heavily revered as the creator of the Feywild in this world, and the one responsible for placing the veil in between the Feywild and the material plane. Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna be good.
You said we're talking to the guards, right?
You guys have just finished talking to the guards.
Oh, we just finished talking to the guards.
Yeah. And then
Have I seen rabbit folk before?
yeah. You yeah.
Well, I mean, we weren't gonna get food.
Hi.
We just go to the tavern.
I need to sit down, dude. I am so.
He's going to Tom's.
I need.
Yes, you're gonna be Tom.
I need it.
Where's the one
Right outside.
Oh, yeah, we are.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta go to Tom's.
While they're talking, Til's gonna walk up.
You can.
You
wanna show him Tom?
Hey, no. I try and jump out of the way. I try and, like, do a back.
We'll do a sleight of hand check versus an acrobatics check.
Code book.
17.
Okay, you like reach out and you try to grab him and he just jumps out of it.
Hey,
No, not yet. Hey, do it again.
Hey, what? What's up?
I thought you were.
No.
I haven't seen
Stay fly now.
you sell out too well. Huh?
I haven't seen anyone like you sell out in a while.
Once again, I'm gonna summon my freaking quill.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to-
Excessive note taking.
And same with you. And he points to the ladder.
Well, that's the kind of person
What do you
Oh, got it.
Hello, do I know you?
Probably not, no. I'm Til. And he reaches out his hand.
I'm Shandanya. Or Shandanya. You can choose.
He's pointing to
I am not. No.
Well, no,
I'm in service. Yes.
Yes, yeah. Alright. Well, I'm
You did try to pick him up.
okay.
Shandanya.
Are all the people from the face short?
I'm not sure.
I forgot you were here.
Use emotional damage.
He's straight up like a regular height.
Yeah.
Okay, I need a drink.
If anything, he's probably the tallest one of all of you guys.
I'm really in with his hat.
Merlion with that.
I can't forget about that.
Yeah, I need a drink. We need to.
Okay, yeah.
Food and I need it.
Okay, cool. Well, nice meeting you.
Nice to meet you guys. We gotta go drink.
Quick question.
Wait.
Can you point us to the tower? Wizard Tower?
Which one?
Your tower?
What? What? I'm just going with it.
He's going to drink. I don't want to.
Yeah, but we can learn more about it. Then we can go.
Is the tower like super visible?
It is so visible. It is very tall. You guys are kind of in the shadow of the tower right now,
Oh.
more towards the city. So it makes it even funnier. And so the tower is made up of several spires, all in one kind of tower. So generally, it's more of like a courtyard area with some studies and classrooms and dormitories and stuff like that. It's not a school though; it's a guild almost. And there are towers where certain wizards live and study. And they're built and developed over the years, so they have different constructions to each of them, probably over the course of the last like half millennia or so.
There.
Oh. Okay, cool. You can start walking.
Are you the Feywild guy? Or are you the guy that we're supposed to talk to?
I have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Okay, this guy, he's from the Feywild.
There's another one of you.
I mean, I didn't say that.
Yeah.
I think he just wasn't listening.
Do you want a drink?
I need a drink.
And I'll go with you guys and have her. I'm gonna buy you a drink.
Oh, you're not a drink.
Wizard Tower's that way.
I'm buying you a drink. I don't buy people what they call me grandpa drinks.
Understandable.
Yeah, the tower's that way. I'm going over there. And so I start walking towards Tom's.
You want right to Tom's? I need a moment. I need a moment. Alright. Royalty guys. And you guys walk a couple blocks over and eventually make your way. You guys are all following them, I presume?
Yeah.
You guys make your way to a smaller street. At the mouth of an alley and the corner is a small tavern. You walk in, bar at the back, a couple seats around. This is maybe a quarter of the size of the Nexus. A very small tavern. And as you walk, or not walk in,
Tom!
hey, ma!
He kicks the door open.
He kicks the door open. Boom! The door swings open. Oh! Merlion! Come in! Oh, and my furry friend Ness, come back in. More friends! Sit! We must dine.
Oh, what a wonderful.
I need a drink.
Hand you a pint.
Thank you.
How about
2 silver.
would you get chaining?
Yes. Gold?
Yeah.
Puts it down, reaches in. You hear some like rattling of coins, and he kind of like pulls out a couple and goes until 8. So like he's like launching them at you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, quite a show. Sit. Do you guys want dinner? Are you all hungry?
Sure. I can do it.
Okay. How many dinners? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And drinks. We already got one for Merlion.
You have anything from Northwest?
And he looks and he kind of like
They sound fun.
he kind of takes a book out, like a very tiny book, and begins like it's got a couple pages and begins flicking through it. He's like, and what are you?
I'm a Kender.
Roll me a perception check.
21.
13.
15.
14.
Not looking.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's up to you.
16.
You are keen enough to notice like a little bit inscribed on this leather thing by his hand. It says the races of Saxia and their legal drinking age. It's like
It's not going to be anywhere. He's not.
Merlion.
Yeah.
Can
Why not?
Do you want that?
Is he- can he drink?
Awesome ring that you got at the village?
Oh, yeah.
One of the finest wines coming right up.
Yeah,
What's that?
that's grape juice. So you can always say, if you want wine, I want grape juice.
Why not have one?
Because some people might take that as offensive.
Okay.
They might be thinking that you're whining at them.
Roll a deception check. Such BS.
17.
I feel like you know that that he's like kind of lying, but you just want to. I think Till would want to like keep the act up and just kind of make Eli feel good. And he hands you in like the glass from before, and then here for you. I'm so foolish. Did you want a different brew?
Do you have anything from Northern?
I do have one. Yes. Does anyone want this? There you go. What? Change? Okay. Wonderful.
And water? Yeah. Water.
Water. And for you?
Some hot, please.
Okay. Any? He's gonna use like a fire type spell and reach in, put some leaves in there, and just stir it around.
Thank you very much.
And I'll be right back with the food and the water. Actually, and he just.
I'm just like, start like
Downing it.
the first
And I guess I forgot to say this. Tom is like this old what? Goat? He is a goat. Yeah. He's this older elf, pointy ears. He's got like gold skin, so he's not like Eladrin specifically, but he is more high elf. Yeah, he's kind of got like he's older. He's got like white hair, but it's very like straightened and he's very pristine. He's got very nice clothes on, or at least like very fashionable clothes. What's it?
Till's gonna sit down next to Ness, and he's gonna pull out his cricket knives, and he's gonna like try and hand one over to Ness. Toss these together with me. 3, 2, 1.
And they land on the table.
Well, Seper's looking at his eye.
He's been out of town. They told us that the Blue Wizards were conducting like research on that type of stuff, and we might have some answers for him, and we might be able to take care of them.
Oh, y'all are really good at that, huh?
Who's telling you this? You wanna try?
Giliar? I'm not sure if you know.
1 no. Do I know
Wow.
who Giliar was?
Oh yeah.
I've never heard that name.
Gotta love it.
He's a leader of one of the villages. South? Down south. He appeared in the middle of a frozen lake, came to my house, stole my food, and then they said that you might be able to take care of him.
I guess. I've already got this one to look at. Nothing was told about this one. I guess I can look at them at least. I don't know. I got this is a brand new assignment for me, so I'm trying to figure this out. Yeah, they literally assigned this to me like yesterday, so I'm not too knowledgeable at the moment.
Where's Shandenia?
He's sitting at like another booth because you guys forgot.
That one showed up the other day as well. I don't know much. I got a rabbit here. Is that it?
I know nothing about what's going on. I just know this guy showed up, and he's gonna die if he just goes out in the unknown.
And then the Feywild there attacked.
At this point, Till has unpacked his alchemist supplies onto the table and is now inscribing something in the printed items.
Do you have those too?
No.
Your food. And he hands out like a plate. It's all the same thing, just like 6 different times. Just like chicken. Instead of toast.
What?
Good.
Yeah.
Till packs up his alchemist supplies. Makes space for food.
Start the second drink.
Ness, you notice that across his back is this golden pelt that resembles that of a blonde bear, which you would know from the Feywild as predators, as threats to your village. Things that you would hunt personally.
Where did you get a bomb there from?
They were really confused when I knew about it.
It's a blonde bear.
You have no idea.
From the Feywild.
That's what I assumed when he talked about it. You knew what it was.
I'd known some before.
It was really hard to tell. Not gonna lie.
I mean, when I was in there, I was like, my friend other people doing it. So,
That's not lost.
Is that your family?
my tribe.
Okay.
What'd you say?
Well, I'm not part of their tribe.
Everyone in the Feywild's got a big family.
Yes. He's holding back tears.
Tough.
Just a loser.
How big's your family?
Well, it's quite extensive, but less so because of a multitude of offspring, and more so just because we're elves and we get really old.
Okay, that was it.
Perfect.
He just turns back.
Wow. Wonderful.
Shit, you got put in a kid's table for Thanksgiving.
Oh, man.
There's a literal child here. Centennial and Till side quest.
Actually, speaking of, Till is gonna walk after he's done eating, walk over to the table and that, and he's gonna hand him the one drink. Play with me.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you saw this movie over there, but this time,
I was watching.
when we throw it together, I'm gonna say a word,
I know.
and you watch what happens, alright?
Okay.
3, 2, 1. And when he throws it together, he says change, and as they climb together, the magnets themselves turn from black to a coat of red,
Oh.
and they get clattered to the ground.
Fix it up.
Undo, and then they turn back black.
Oh. It's quite nifty.
Yeah. 1, 2, 3.
Doesn't say shit.
Oh. Oh.
It's boys' time.
Okay.
You want to try?
Change.
And then coat.
Oh.
It's like if you change rocks red.
Magnets.
Magnets red.
Thank
I
you.
knew that the photo was
Undo.
Yeah.
good.
Very good. Okay.
I have more bridges.
Thank you.
Oh yeah. Well, you sure did turn the rocks red on.
I did. No.
How did you possibly turn the rocks red?
So-
Tell me about it.
I had all this stuff around, right? I took
yeah.
I took the bone needle and
Yeah. Got it.
Inscribe any points to the
You just did Daniel's table.
a
Oh,
language
hello.
Okay.
on the
He's still eating.
Alright, inscription.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
the word, and then
You guys can also go to Daniel's table.
and then after the word.
What?
Right. Except the word is said.
So you go to Daniel's table as well.
Give it no. Give it no. They turn colors.
Hello.
Why are you like this?
Why am I like this? Why are you like this?
It's good knowledge of the kid. And I appreciate his point. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm trying to pull my hair out. Yeah.
You notice that they have left the table and gone to sit with Chandania.
Well, I came back over after the 9 minutes.
Yeah, and they left.
Oh.
You started talking about your special interests. Hey, we need to call you guys back to the town.
Seems like there's two up there not really very happy with everyone. I don't know how I feel about this.
You're an asshole.
Why would you say that?
Because it's true.
That's very mean.
It's true. You call it out.
Have I heard the word asshole before?
No. Downloading information, processing, cuss word. So, and Tom kind of walks from the back up to your guys' table. I've met them already, but, what crazy and daring tales do you have to tell? I'm a sucker for a good story, you know?
The stable out there back yesterday at this town. A little ways away. Well, the now coat or something.
Oh, I'm from the Feywild.
Oh, it's like him. And he points to.
And then he's a struggle artist.
Struggling is a subjective term. I would maybe say budding, flowering, growing, something along those lines there.
How much gold do you have?
Just right somewhere above 15.
He's like 15 and a silver.
16.
I have 30.
30 gold, wow.
He just posts the money spread.
So I'm guessing they give
They're going
20
bankrupt.
ounces of Feywild, huh?
No, I had some equipment that I sold on the way here. I didn't want
Bartering.
Bartering. Awesome. Wow, very impressive. Anyways,
You know how much a 50 tonight is?
how much did you pay for them?
2 gold.
2 gold.
They've been selling everything.
Wow, 2 gold for those magnets. You know, I would almost call it an investment, so that's what I would call it.
Yeah.
That, like that,
Well, I can make it.
all you gotta do, give 2 little coins, infinite fun for the rest of your life. What the best purchase I've ever heard of.
Yeah.
He's got 2 gold on this.
Can't tell anything. He's like,
He totally is.
no, I know, but Kartis can't tell.
Oh. You can roll an insight.
No, can't tell. He's like, can't tell what you asshole. Yeah, let the kid have fun.
Yeah, he's having a lot of fun.
See? Change. I did.
I stopped paying attention and started reading.
And what's your story?
And then Tom just goes.
I don't want to be here.
was nice enough to come with me.
Alright. So you don't want to be here, but you're here. That's understandable.
Of course.
So like you got a job or like at home or like
He has a log cabin.
a log cabin. Wonderful. What else does he have? Tell me about it.
I don't know anyone that.
Oh, okay. I understand. It's all right.
I kind of just walked up to his cabin and opened the door. And he tried to stab me.
He tried to stab you.
You broke into his home?
No, I just opened his door.
Yeah. He opened the door. He didn't break in.
Do you never shut